morning. Mary Pat McKee with Indy Boomer Magazine Show. Mary Pat, and I publish a magazine called Indy Boomer Magazine. I know that's astonishing. I am sitting here this morning with Janet Moore, and she is with Yevo, and in just a few minutes we're going to talk a little bit about her products and what she's doing and that kind of thing. But first of all, we always want to thank Jim Walford Theater, Logan Street Signs and Banners for the opportunity of this show, and also want to remind everybody that you can pick the Indy Boomer magazine now up at any of the CVS stores in Marion and surrounding counties, so be sure and stop by a CVS store and pick one of those up. So I'm excited to have you here this morning, Janet.
Thank you so much.
What is Yevo?
Well, let me ask you something. Have you ever ate something and thought, oh, I know this isn't good for me, or oh, I know I shouldn't eat it?
How many times a day do you want to know?
Yeah. Well, it's like we instinctively know that some of this food is just like really bad fuel for our body.
Right.
And it's kind of hard because there's sort of bad food everywhere around us.
Processed.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to read labels. We try to eat what's good for us. We try to keep up on all the information. They'll say, well, this is good for you, and then next time they turn around and say, well, now it's bad for you.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to find your way through all that.
It is. It gets really confusing, and the information changes. But the truth is we really, what our body needs is essential nutrients. And most of the processed food out there is completely devoid of those essential nutrients. And essential nutrients are, our body needs this, but our body can't make it, and it's got to get it from the food.
Sure.
So, and I don't care what camp you come from, we all know that 80% of like our illnesses that are going on is diet related.
Mm-hmm.
And so Yevo guiding principle is to provide food that contains all the essential nutrients that the body needs to grow and heal and live.
That sounds good. You know, people are becoming more and more aware of eating healthy, so this could be perfect for a lot of people, what they're looking for.
Right, so they want to make it convenient and take the confusion out of it, so you won't have to, read labels or take supplements.
Mm-hmm.
So their food is non-GMO, it's gluten-free.
What's non-GMO? What's that mean?
That means genetically modified organisms.
Okay. See, we just learned something today.
Right. So a lot of food that's produced now is genetically modified.
Is that another word for processed food, maybe? Or is that different from? Is processed different from GMO?
Yeah, processed. I mean, it's kind of all in the same camp. I mean, when you have the genetically modified, I mean that's like a whole other conversation.
Okay.
Because with the process, I mean, you've got different chemicals, you've got different dyes, you've got all kinds of things that they add to the food.
And with Yevo, there's none of that in there.
Right.
Okay.
There's none of that in there.
Okay.
It is completely clean food, and then what they do is they fortify it with so they take the food, say for instance it's oatmeal, and they get the cleanest food that they have, and they say, well, this is the nutrients in there, and then they add the other essential nutrients in there to get it to the optimal. And what they add in the essential nutrients is it's all food derived. So there is no other additives, and there's no preservatives, because they have a patented way that they are processing their food.
Okay.
So they're trying to reverse 100 years of how, how because now, I mean, pretty much the driving force is shelf life.
Sure.
And for the food. So now with this new technology that they have, they're able to do this without any kind of high heat or any way that's damaging the nutrients.
And then do the nutrients or the food then does have long shelf life?
Yes,
Okay.
it does. It
Okay.
has like a couple years shelf life.
Wow.
And so then their process, what they're doing is removing the water. So
Okay.
they are making
Almost
the
like
food.
like an MRI. No, what's it called? What the military gets?
Yeah, it's like it is a dehydration process.
Right.
Saying it in a simplified form.
Sure. It's a little more complicated than that, though.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So say for instance, like right here we have the Alfredo sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So all you do is you take a scoop of it and you add the water and then you have the sauce. So it's very easy,
Okay.
very convenient,
Mm-hmm.
and highly nutritious.
Okay. So it contains, and believe me, I do not know, but the proteins and I mean, there's certain things that people are supposed to have every day. That's why they say eat an apple a day or or something like that.
Right. I mean, that now that you said that, like the apple a day.
Oh!
Yeah, because I
Perfect
always
timing.
thought, well, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so you have this one level where you're like, okay, I'm not going to eat the fast food, and so you're trying to eliminate the chemicals and all that. And then you're like, well, I'm just going to eat the fresh food, fruits and vegetables, which we need.
Right.
But even when you look at this, an apple a day, when you look at the nutrient value in here, I was surprised. I was shocked.
How good or bad?
Well, it's good, but there's only a little bit. When you see in here, there's only a little bit of vitamin C, a little bit of potassium, a little bit of copper. I mean, so in the grand scheme of things, where this whole wheel should be filled, it was like, wow. So if I had an apple and a salad and maybe a piece of fish,
Right.
it would be eating well. But it's not. I'm still not getting the optimal amount of nutrients that I need.
That your body needs. Yeah.
So that's what they're addressing, and what they want to replace is the stuff that we would normally have in our pantry, like your box stuff or a can or a jar. So all of those items. So it's just in the beginning.
In the beginning stages of growing.
Yes, of the company.
You know what? Couple things. This show is on the radio Monday through Friday at 6:30 on Hamilton County Radio. Janet, give people your phone number and the website you would like for them to go to.
The phone number is 317-440-1732, and you can go to the website. It's janetmoore.myyevo.com. You can find out more about Yevo.
Well, and when we come back, Yevo, that's a very interesting name. I'm curious as to how that came about, and I'm sure it must mean something or have a significance to the founders that you said are going to be in town tomorrow night.
Right.
So,
The founder's going to be at the Ritz-Charles
Okay.
in Carmel tomorrow night. Doors open at 6:30, and it's from 7 to 9, and they're
Okay.
going to give a presentation.
yeah, it'd be good to find out. But hey, we're coming back. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. good. Welcome back to the Indy Boomer Show. I'm Mary Pat McKee. I'm sitting here this morning with Janet Moore. She is with Yevo and talking about some products, natural products, good, healthy products for you. A couple things we want to do, though, because time flies so fast.
Yes, it does.
Tomorrow night, which is Thursday.
Thursday, June 25th, my birthday.
Woohoo! Happy birthday.
Thank you. So tomorrow night at the Ritz-Charles in Carmel, the founders of Yevo International are going to be there doing a presentation about the company. So if you want to learn more, please come tomorrow night, Thursday, June 25th, Ritz-Charles. Doors open at 6:30 and presentation starts at 7.
If you were to put into a nutshell Yevo for people, because I'm sure a lot of people are not familiar with it, what would you say? What could you say quickly?
It's nutritionally balanced food.
Okay.
That you don't have to think about it. I
Okay.
mean, there's no more confusion, no more reading labels, no
Right.
more supplements. Because really, most people that take supplements because they
Not
know
getting enough of the
that they're
nutrients.
not getting enough of nutrients. So
Right.
this just takes.
Well,
all the guesswork
what
out of it.
attracted you to Yevo? I mean, what made you find it and investigate it, and now you're a distributor of it?
Well, about 15 years ago, I suffered with Crohn's disease and suffered for about 5 years with it. And in the worst part of it, I was down for about 7 months. I looked like a concentration camp victim. I mean, it was horrible.
I do
It was
remember. She
very,
did not
very
look good.
horrible. And
Yeah.
I just decided to take things in my own hand because they kept on saying, there's no cure, there's nothing you can do, you just take medication. And I just started researching it and really starting to understand what the body needs. And I changed my food, and it just completely changed my life. So I no longer have any symptoms of Crohn's disease. So I know the power of food, and so when I heard about this, I thought, oh my God,
It's
this
finally
is
there,
the
yeah.
answer. This is the answer. I just want to shout it to the rooftops because it's so unnecessary for us to suffer like that.
Okay.
So that is what completely drew me to it. And then when you look at the label, it is just all the nutrients, just no bad stuff in there.
Okay.
And also just the mission and the heart of the company. They just want to improve the lives of all people through
Okay.
nutrition. The founders of the company.
Who is the founder?
The founder is Peter Castleman.
Okay.
And he's had 11 different companies, billion-dollar companies, Igloo, North Face is another one of them, Macaroni Grill. And when Herbalife was kind of going down into bankruptcy, he came in and turned that company completely around.
Wow. So he knows the stuff when it comes to business, it sounds
He
like.
does, and he's handpicked all the other people that are in the company. And really, there was health issues in his family,
And that's maybe what drew him in?
It
Yeah.
is, and it's not like he really needs to build another company. He's very successful, but
Yeah.
he is just completely driven. And it's more like instead of telling all these companies you're doing it wrong and stop doing this, he just, said
I bet he's a baby boomer.
he is.
He is, and I'll bet you he's found his passion, as we all do, or seem to at this time, find our stride. And because you're right. I mean, it can't be about the money. That can't be why he's
Right.
doing it. It's got to be because he feels that it's a good product and that it's something that can help people achieve, like you said, you don't have Crohn's disease anymore.
Right, and it's just reversing 100 years of processed food, and this is just taking it to a completely optimal level for our health, and it's going to be global. So it just opened in the grand opening in the United States was June 1st.
Okay.
And then they just opened in Mexico and Japan and Canada.
Oh, wow.
And so this is very aggressive
Yeah.
to get this nutrition to the world conveniently and to have this shelf life.
Right. What could you tell the consumer about Yevo that would really, I mean, you've talked about the fact that it's got the nutrients. What kind of products? I mean, you brought Alfredo sauce. You have oatmeal. Tell us what else you've
Right.
got.
So some of the next things that are coming out, because this is all so new, is
June 1st, and we are not even a month yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So next month they're gonna have mashed potatoes.
One of my favorites.
Yes. A cheddar sauce. The refried beans. They're going to also have for the smoothies, chocolate, orange cream, tropical blend, and then they also do have coffee, tea, and they will have other drinks that come out too. And people, I was introduced in February, so I was introduced when they were pre-launching the company, and I have been eating it since February, and I will tell you that I can feel a difference in my skin, and also I lost 9 pounds.
Wow.
That just came off, and there's many testimonies of people that have been eating it for 4 months that are feeling great. They're losing weight. They're sleeping better. And some of them are cutting down on their medications because their bodies are just
getting what they needed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Getting what they need.
And another big one is cancer, because a lot of times that's from foods or things that are drank and that made that to start coming on. And they always say, well, why is it so big in America? And it's because our food is so terrible.
Right, and also
the process of it,
and the Alzheimer's too, as well.
Oh yes.
So
should I say I forgot about that one? No. But
and they are doing a study at Harvard and at Taft with Yevo food and the brain and then also the state of feeling full, because I'll tell you what, when I eat a bowl of the oatmeal, I feel completely satisfied. I feel full, but I don't feel distended full.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel full, I feel satisfied, and I don't feel hungry for a long time.
That's great. Let me ask you this, because one thing that irritates me about organic versus regular, I mean, the bananas cost another 30 cents a pound. How price-wise, is it pretty reasonable?
Well, it's $4 to $6 a serving.
Okay.
So it is reasonable, and really the serving, like if you would look at compared to maybe an oatmeal, if you got an instant oatmeal and opened the packet and put it in there, that serving size is maybe a third of what a serving size is with Yevo.
Oh, okay. So really, it's very comparable in pricing.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Well, great.
They want to make it affordable and very tasty.
Let's do this, because again, time is flying.
Yes.
Give us your name, we know your name, you're Janet Moore. Give us your phone number and website or email address. How can people reach you to find out more about Yevo?
My phone number is 317-440-1732. Website, janetmoore.myevo.com. And again, Thursday, June 25th, my birthday, at the Ritz-Charles in Carmel. Doors open at 6:30. It starts at 7. The founders of the company, come listen to them.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back another time when you have new products and different things that are happening with the Yevo.
Yes.
Before we go, I want to remind everybody to watch Boomer TV on Channel 8 on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Also, don't forget, you can pick up issue of Indy Boomer Magazine at any CVS store in Marion and surrounding counties. July issue will be out July 9th with Debbie Knox on the cover. We're really excited about that. Hey, thanks for listening, watching, all those good things. Have a great week, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, because next week is a holiday.
All right.
So, and happy birthday to Janet.
Thank you so much, Mary Pat.
You're more than welcome.
All right.